you want to get strong, this is the place to be. I'm going to get into some leg day fun. Everybody tells me I don't train legs enough, so that's what we're going to get after. Look at that. I just started and I already cut myself. I have to get a Band-Aid. I just started and I already cut myself. Luckily, I'm not going to let a little thing like that slow us down. Always helps to have a good first aid kit in the garage. Really, things about being a little bit older, 50, you still do all the things that I love to do, but it takes me a minute or two to get warmed up. Ooh, you can do it. Kind of a slow night tonight. What's up, Vampire? Where are we hailing from? Is that an Italian flag? I need my glasses. All right. Oh, hello, everybody. Jack Piers, thank you. Heavy set, guys, weight loaded. Hey, I always start off with the barbell. Look, you guys, the cool thing about being 50 is you can do pretty much everything you did in the 20s and 30s. Just takes a little, getting a little lubrication in the joints. Keith, if you can't figure out my gender, you're in the right place. So the other day I squat heavy. I went up to like 600 for a double. Today, I'm going to do accessories. Hulk Hogan. Are you a superhero? I wish. My kids think I am. A lot of people they struggle with front squats, tightening the core, getting the hands under the bar. If you have access to a safety squat bar or moves the weight forward, pretty much accomplishes the same thing. Well, let me clean my lens off here. Get a little glare from the light. Is that better? There we go. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Max squat. This year so far, my max squat is 650. In competition, I got 620. So on record. Are you natty? No. So normally, most of my videos I talk about what I take and what I have taken and what I will take. But this one I'm trying to get monetized. So I'm not going to really go into detail, but I will say this. If you check my channel out, if you join me, subscribe to me, I go into vast detail what I do, all that stuff. We talk about all of it. I'm open and honest. I don't care if anyone knows. I want them to have good information. The thing is, you can't really just YouTube's got guidelines and policies about openly talking about it. And what will tend to happen is people hop on my post or my stream, they'll stay for a couple minutes, and then they'll leave. And then I'll get a new batch, and they ask the same question over and over again. So it turns into 2 hours of me telling people what I'm taking for. But what Rudy? So that if you stick around, I really do. I want to be open and honest about it. Yeah, we'll stick with that for now. But if you guys really want to know, Charles.Widener, I have a link to my Instagram on my main page. If you guys want to get personal, need training advice on any of that, hit me up on Instagram. We can have a little bit more in-depth conversation. You guys need help with anything, or you just want to make fun of me like a lot of people do. Thank you, I appreciate it. 24, I was 5'10", 185. Now 48, 5'10", and 150. I was thinking about TRT to put mass on. Well, I went on it at the. I waited till I was almost 46, and I put about 8 pounds of muscle mass on with just hormone replacement therapy, which is not nothing. But you will. What eventually happen is you'll plateau out and you'll have the same issues as natural lifters. It helps with recovery, especially with older guys. Oh, so, dude, body weight. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm trying to. I won't be on. This won't be a super long one because I gotta wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to work myself. I remind you of the Tiger King. Okay. You know, if you guys are gonna try to insult me, at least be funny. Like that's so like like I look so nothing like the Tiger King that's not even humorous. When there's tons of other references that would actually be hilarious and clever. Yeah, Zagman the boss. You're taking steroids. You're naughty, Ramonda, actual bodybuilder. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, this is I don't know where I found this shirt, but I just thought it was badass. It was Eric Bugenhagen. I was watching one of his videos on how to make a proper, what do you call it when you rip the sleeves off? I need my wrist straps. I love it when guys come on and they accuse me of taking steroids like I'm offended by that. You know, it's weird though. It's like not that long ago, like that, even just like as far back as like 2015, nobody cared. It's only recently that it's actually become a moral issue, which is weird because like with all the moral issues this country has, like making personal choices to improve your health at the age of 50 shouldn't really be on that list, but it is. Yam TPK11 is a choice like anything else. Yeah, and here's the thing: is like I don't endorse the use of anything, and I do try to advocate for responsible use. Yavante, hey man, I love all are welcome. You ever make it to Vegas and you want to lift? We got some good gyms here. A lot of guys they train with me in the dungeon off hours. Although lately no one's been showing up. It's been kind of slow. Go sign up for yoga classes. You're too feminine. I actually do yoga with my wife. Yoga's awesome. Jacob, love your shirt, man. Thank you. Jacob Gilmer is 185 centimeters and 180 pounds good. Oh, you're gonna make this dumbass Marine convert centimeters to inches? That sounds about like, yeah, that's actually what I would probably naturally weigh if I didn't work out. Body weight beast fitness. They should let us do what we want with our body, make it like anything else as long as you are of age. Yeah, my big thing is I want people to know like what they're getting into. Like what are the actual downsides? What are the side effects that you can expect to have? Like how does it actually affect your health in a negative way? The positives are pretty easy. You know, it's easy to say what good they do for you. And as long as you know how to mitigate the side effects. Like, hey, I don't know if you guys knew this, but if you take 4,000 milligrams of acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, it's going to kill you. It's one of the most... Look up deaths by Tylenol when you just do a search online, and or Motrin, just standard, like, typical over-the-counter drugs that we take every single day. How dangerous is it compared to things that we take without even thinking about it, or guys that, like, say, drink a six-pack every night? the amount of garbage that people eat, the fast food, those poisonous hydrocarbons that they're stuffing in their face every time they go to McDonald's. It's like, what's, you know, Nick Gurr, as someone who uses responsibly, I absolutely advocate for it. It's benefited my quality of life tremendously. Plus, I look better and bench now. Good lifts, brother. Thank you, Nick. And that's exactly my sentiment. To shed weight off, would cleanse be good use? Yes, but here's the thing. So, like, as an older lifter, no. I would say if you're over the age of 40, definitely 50, I think that's one of the drugs on the list that I wouldn't touch. Just because of the adverse effects, and then of course you put age on top of that. Still making all kind of gains. Yeah, I am actually, and I'm on like a really small. Okay, at the risk of being demonetized, I'll say what I'm taking. I take 200 milligrams of testosterone a week and 100 milligrams of DHB, and that's what I'm cruising on, and that gets adjusted based on blood work. So that my number might go up a little, might go down a little, and it all depends on what my blood work says. And my blood pressure is 120/70 roughly, and my sitting heart rate's usually around 71. So for a 50-year-old, that's pretty good. I also do an immense amount of cardio though. Opinion on nitric oxide supplements. I'm on them right now. I like L-citrulline and arginine, stuff like that. Anything that helps vascularity, improves blood flow. You look like when you're at the gym, you're gonna look pooped, but it really does, I think, help with nutrient dispersal. And making sure that like the ATP cycle, the cells get enough oxygen and things of that nature. Bro thinks he's tough talking on YouTube. If you ever see me in the streets, you better run. Are you that ugly? I feel bad for you. Because I no playing games. I'm from Chirac. I'm from Chicago. Where are you from? I grew up in the hood, and my street cred is not to be questioned, gang. Gotta dig it. Test is truly. He probably is. If you're from Chicago, you're probably from like Arlington Heights, like the suburbs, yo. Test is truly what 99% of people who want to use should use. Any more than that should be for true pros, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm a competitive powerlifter, and I'm going for records. So, I mean, if I wasn't going for records, would that matter? If you were just passionate about the sport? Because if I wasn't winning, if I wasn't ranked as high as I am, I would still want to at least compete. But then, I would probably say, well, what's the point of like pushing myself that hard if I'm not going to be competitive? I'd still want to participate just to do it because I love the community and I love everybody that I see at the local meets, and we get to travel sometimes. But I also have a chance at like some serious like lifetime. I could be put in the Hall of Fame for the USPA. Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Yes. Drop a like, ya bums. Ed Montos Elon, thanks, man. Oh yeah, absolutely. All right. Janigius, I hope I'm saying your name right. Hey, hi, hello again. Is this? I'm gonna feel really bad, but is that Japanese? Jesus Christ, put the needle down, brother. Jesus Christ, put the needle down, brother. Oh, don't make me block you. Like, if you're gonna get sanctimonious about religion, you're in the wrong place. Thoughts on Rich Piana, one of my favorite humans that ever existed. I've met and talked to him a few times. He used to go to the Nationals and Worlds when they were holding them in Vegas up to about 2018, 2019 with his 5% guys. Not a huge fan of some of his crew. They were he had a lot of douchebags that were with him, but him and his wife were awesome people. Where's your daughter? I told her to hurry up. She's doing her homework. Gotta do homework, man. I gotta be daddy. I gotta be dad. I can't. Gotta get. She's falling behind right now. She's straight A, which is more important to mom than me. But ooh, I could easily go up to 3 plates, but I haven't done front squats in so long. I gotta condition my wrists a little bit. No, the orange plates are 45s. The green ones are 35s. The yellow ones are 25s. Nodak, where have you been, Marine? Nodak, did I make you an administrator? Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. It's time for America to sleep now. Not quite yet. Yes, the big plate's a bumper plate. I wanted to get a couple of them, but you'll see like the next exercise I'm going to do, I'm going to go into snatches, power snatches, and I needed at least a couple bumper plates so I could drop it. Any advice on depression? Well, you're doing the first thing, which is talking about it. The second, fellowship is absolutely important. If you can reach out. I found that when I get depressed, so I suffer from clinical depression, and it's something I've learned to manage. I've often found that the number one quickest way to get out of depression is to be of service to others, start doing stuff for other people. But then, it's easy to distract ourselves. It's easy to find stuff to occupy. You really, really want to get to the root of it. Like, what is the cause of it? And that might require, it depends on what level, what we're talking about. If you don't mind me asking, what are you feeling depressed about? I will watch your broadcast and go exercise too. Hell yeah, man. I joined for 2 minutes, you dropping knowledge bombs. I thought you were going to be a big muscle brain type fella. Oh, dude, I'm a retard. But I've been, I've been through some stuff, and I like to share my experience, strength, and hope with anybody that it could possibly help out with. And I also feel like I have an obligation if somebody mentions something along the lines of addiction or depression or things of that nature. I have an obligation to at least respond. Are you open about your PED use? Yes. So one thing I was telling the guys earlier is that, like, at the risk of being demonetized by YouTube, now that Trump's in office, once he does what he says with Section 230 and all that, we might be free to talk about this stuff. But my last couple of videos, that's all anybody asked me, and that's all I was talking about. So I want to kind of try to limit that. But I will say this: on my main page, I hope you'll subscribe and stick with me, but if you go to my main page and you go about, I have a link, email, Instagram, and I would be happy to and I've made a bunch of videos about it too, so we can talk at length about that if you so desire. Just kidding, BR7 Sports. Michael Jordan died. Natty, no. I'm a single dad and I feel like I'm failing in life. Dude, kids are tough, man. Being a good dad is like my number one priority, and I feel like I'm a horrible father. Like I just don't measure up. Uh, but what do you? Tell me more. 6'10" with 7'1" wingspan and cannot windmill dunk. Got any tips? Squats. Lots of squats, as heavy as you can go and as many as you can do. YouTube's got it's not that you can't, like, so if you notice, like, the small content creators, they don't really police that much, but once you're monetized, Larry Wheels got a strike. They gave a strike to what's his name, the guy Mark Bell. He lost his channel and he had to fight to get it back. He's got an army of lawyers and he's a millionaire. I'm just a schmuck in his garage, so if I get a strike on my channel for something, there's no way for me to fight that. So I just got to be careful, at least until I know what the rules are. You know what I mean? But as far as like any of that's concerned, not only do I want people to know, I want them to have good information. Let's see here, YouTube, and I've done a ton of videos about it. If you go to my channel, I have videos where I talk about it in length. C. Preezy, Colton, he needs to quit trying to play, and you are being misled. He can definitely dunk, just not stay up in the air long enough with a full wingspan. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Kind of like Manute Bol, where he just boom without jumping. Can I email you later, please? Absolutely. Yeah, Lion, I understand the chat's going so fast, it's kind of hard to get into depth on that, but yes, please do. Can you help me get clean? I've tried everything and exhausted everything I can, and yes, I want to be clean. I don't want to do this shit anymore. Corey, I'm going to tell you right now, I went through every single detox in the valley of Las Vegas. 13 of them over a period of 3 years. And my last one was an extended stay with the U.S. vets. That was back in 2013. If you don't have fellowship, and you don't have support that can help you where you're at, you might want to consider checking yourself into an extended program, something that'll get you away from your situation for a period of time. Most health insurances will cover that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you're really, really trying to get sober and you've done everything you can. I mean, the next level is to get help. And there's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, it makes you a stronger person. Do you watch anime incessantly? Shane Legs. Do you watch anime? Absolutely. They're in there watching it right now. They're watching I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, which is like my new favorite. It's kind of cutesy. The kids like that one. I see you exercising. I get motivated every day. Lion, God bless everyone in the chat. Yeah, this is a really good group so far. How long did you serve? 8 years, 6 months. How much weight are you lifting right now? There's 225 on there. Oh no, right now there's 275 on there. I'm doing front squats. I squat the other day. I went up to 600 pounds. Today's more of an accessory day. I've been wanting to do front squats for a while just to see. It's one of those things where it's a little bit of a technical lift. You want to make sure you're really upright, and it requires ankle mobility. Meaning, like if you have a normal barbell squat, this is, you're living in here, right? Hey, baby, come on in. But a front squat, you got to be upright. So that requires your knees over your toes. And most people have a hard time with that, including me, have a hard time with that ankle mobility. Because the weight on the front of you, if you're leaning forward, it's just going to dump. Yeah, I just said screw it. I told him it was going to be a short one, though.
Well, better be if you want some.
I love you. Yeah, we can go 3 plates. So yeah, and then the hard part is your mobility of your shoulders. So you gotta get your shoulders up, back's gotta be straight. Whew. Steely served a lot with Marines in the Navy. What'd you do? Pogue. Were you a pogue? Hell yeah, and proud of it. Person other than grunt. How's artillery? That's a grunt technical support. Thank you for calling artillery. Please select 1 for high explosive. Select 2 for air burst. For illumination, select 3. For all other, please stay on the line for your next operator. We're taking fire. Oh my God, we need
Such a dork.
This is Charlie, can you hold please? Fire mission. Oh, Justin, just a little bit, 23. No, I can't do a 600 front squat. I can do a 600 back squat. 650 actually was my last max. Oh, yeah, I need glasses. He didn't say front squat. He said back squat.
Yeah, man.
Storekeep. Oh, so did you work with who's like what's the company that does all the civilian, the bases and all the stores and all that? What are they called? Like they run the PXs. I can't remember. Danger Close. Yeah, shit, that's right. Coleslaw, Massey, what's up, bro? Energetic Giraffes, Charlie. These are names. We love full depth front squats. Jonathan Carey. It's hard, man. I don't quite have the ankle mobility, so it's hard to get that last little bit of stack. But I'm working on it.
I'm right here.
How many Marines do you know that married a stripper or bought a Camaro? I got a Mustang. No, I had a Camaro. I had a 73.
We'll be buying Mustangs.
Yeah, right now I have a 2009 GT Mustang. And I married a sister of a Marine. My brother-in-law's a jarhead. Stripper and Camaro. Yeah, that's standard. That's a standard. That's Lance Corporal starter kit. Good night, bodyweight. I appreciate it. You're an inspiration. Can you take off your tank? Not tonight. I'm not going to strip down. It's actually a little cold in the garage. Coleslaw. Let's see. Who am I missing here? Bobby, what's up? Okay. I should be. I'm not going to be too much longer. Hopefully not. Doing front squats, Bob. Right. Well, I'm trying to mess around with power snatches too. Man, you were a buff fellow. Dumbo with ADHD. That's a great name. How long long does it take to build a noticeable amount of muscle? I think that's genetics, to be honest with you, because I was a pretty stocky guy. It didn't really take me long to put some on. But I don't know. It's like so different for everybody. I just like, you got to learn to love the journey. You know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid of slow progress. Just be afraid of no progress. He's buff and well trained. Yeah, just ask my wife. So you went to an MMA gym, Bob, huh? What's your max squat so far this year? 650 pounds. Yeah. How many dips can you do in one shot? All of them. I haven't worked out, but I have a good natural physique. Yeah, no, I mean, some guys are born with it. If you look at like Ronnie Cohen's probably not the best example, but his first two Mr. Olympias, he was natural, if you could believe that, and he placed 17th. You know what I mean? Who does that? But he was training obviously, but the point being is like that was his natural physique, and some guys just have the genetics. If I didn't work out at all, if I didn't train at all, and I kept a reasonable diet, I would probably still weigh between 175, 185, and I was pretty stocky. How much do you weigh? Right now, 220 pounds. Bob, for tomorrow's bench press, there is a slight possibility that I might have to put that off till Thursday. I'm not saying I have to, but I might, because all the bigwigs from my company are in town, and when my boss is in town, it usually turns into me becoming his taxi, or it makes the days really long. So we'll see how tomorrow goes. Married, my wife is in the Navy. She was a corpsman. That's awesome. So you're a dependa. That's awesome, dude. I dig it. My sister's Navy, and she married an officer she was fraternizing with. She actually got out of the Navy to marry him. How long have you been working out? Heavy since 10 years. But a long time. Like I've been training in one capacity or another ever since I joined the Marines at the age of 19. But heavy weights, powerlifting. I weighted my first competition. I was 40 years old, believe it or not. Shane, like, subscribe. Oh, thank you, Shane. Shane Legs, I really appreciate it. Don't eat too many crayons. Is this Govex? I don't get the joke. I was in as well, Steely. Oh, right on. Where did you serve? What'd you do? Are you gay? Gay. I might be. Just don't tell my wife. Aren't you 30 years old? I wish. I feel like I'm 30. I'm 50. My brother was a master of arms in the Navy. That's cool. Max push-ups record. Well, I've never really tried to go all out, but okay, when I was working at Molecule, I was working in the mine, and I was in the control room, so kind of like Homer Simpson, he's got the board operator. I was stuck in the control room for 12 hours a day, and what I would do is I would try to do as many push-ups as I could in one shift, and as many sets as you can, sets of 140, 20, as the day goes on. I did 5,000 on one 12-hour shift one day. During my exercise, I injured my knee. I've had a complete knee rebuild. Worked with the MAs on my carry. Yeah, Bob, you were Navy too. Dang, you got some muscle. Thank you, Braden. Grown man not playing video games, asking for cash app. Good job, Lee. I'm in the trades, man. I do construction, but I tell you what, if they told me I could get paid to do powerlifting, I would do it in a heartbeat. As a matter of fact, that is my goal, is to open a gym. Beetlejuice. One more time. We need 3 of them. Nice build. How old are you? 50. If I wasn't so busy, I'd come down there and get my ass kicked. Well, I'd love to train with you. regardless, Alpha Destiny levels of push-ups. Rockman, holy shit, dude, how are you? I could do a lot of push-ups, a lot. Please upper body workout, please. That's tomorrow, Sonali. I need glasses. Sony. Tomorrow's bench day. Man, that's just outrageous. Keep pushing and have a great day. Maki Al-Wahid. Mike Tyson is fighting this Friday. I'm pretty sure he's going to get hurt. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope he kills him. I hope he kills what's his name? Paul. I guarantee you he's never been hit that hard. He's never hit as hard as Tyson can hit. Period. But there does come the question of mobility and that kind of thing. I honestly think if it's a real fight and it's not rigged, Tyson's gonna murder him. Favorite fitness YouTube creators? Let me see, who have I been watching? So Zach Tellender. And we talk about natural. I like More Plates, More Dates for my information. Let's see, I like what's his name? The slingshot guy, Tate. Love watching his podcast. He's usually got good people on. I really like Dr. Mike Israetel. Love him. I love his sense of humor, and I love his training advice is gospel to me. I don't really care for that kid that just got beat up. What's his name? And not because his training advice is bad, just because he's like sanctimonious, like natural. Yeah, like good for you, buddy. Tyson's like a snake. Don't do. Oh, Jake Paul. That's right. Dude, Tyson, I don't think you guys understand. As someone who boxes, and I'm 50, someone who boxes, and I'm not saying I do it great, but I do box. And I box regularly, and I box with professionals at our gym. We watch Tyson, you look at his footwork, he is a master, an absolute master of footwork. And he hits so fucking hard. Like as hard as you've ever been hit in your life, triple that. And that's Tyson. Probably not even as hard as he can hit. And he's still pretty damn freaking quick for his age. So he shells up and comes at Jake. All he needs to do is get a liver shot in and Jake's done. But what I suspect is that they're both going to kind of keep their distance and it's going to be scripted a little bit. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. If I wasn't so busy, I'd get my ass kicked by Tyson. I don't know if I'd want to get in the ring with him. Tyson's my favorite. He's one of my favorite people. I love the guy. I love listening to him. I love his story. I watch his videos, but he's got something inside of him that's just like animalistic. I mean, did you guys watch when he was fighting Roy Jones Jr.? You could say that was an exhibition match, right? And they weren't allowed to really hit each other in the head. There was a no knockout clause. Roy Jones Jr., who's still fighting to this day, he still actually gets in the ring, said he's never been hit as hard as Tyson hit him. And think about that. Roy Jones Jr. The Undertaker. Thank you for your service, Joy Natasha. Thank you. I appreciate that. Breast fat reduce workout, please. Cardio. You need to get a heavy bag and start hitting it. Set a timer for 3 to 5 minutes and just start wailing on it. Yeah, Runt, the gym you went to has light sparring every session. Yeah, I mean, it should. All fighting gyms should. That's what I do when I go to the boxing gym. We pair up, and if we're not doing serious sparring, we're doing defense drills. You know what I mean? So we're in the ring doing something. Sonali, yeah, Sonny. So if you're trying to reduce breast fat, any kind of subcutaneous fat, naturally, obviously the first thing you want to look at is diet. I would measure all the food you eat for 2 weeks Like if you eat something, write it down on a piece of paper. Get a good picture of what your diet actually is. A lot of people will be surprised to see how much shit they have in their diet that they don't think they're eating. Once you have a good idea what your diet is, you can start eliminating things that aren't going to impact your life too much. It can be something as simple as mayonnaise from a sandwich, or perhaps creamer from coffee, things of that nature. Once we've sufficiently reduced calories, now we want to look at like getting the heart rate up and turning the body into like a thermodynamic engine that just burns fat. Well, honestly, you know, without switching, like you can obviously switch to something like keto or but if you don't want to change your life too much, you just want to start burning fat, you got to get active. You got to get that heart rate up, and you got to do it for, you know, I just love the heavy bag. Even if you're not good at boxing, you can set a timer and punch for 3 minutes, and I guarantee you, if you get to give some effort, that's going to be the longest 3 minutes of your life. But way better than a treadmill. Roy Jones, I can't pronounce your names, but Roy Jones is awesome. I love that dude. It's going to be an exhibition match, but what if something clicks inside Tyson's head? So they didn't sanction it as a real fight? That's super disappointing. All right, so I need to get on this. I'm lagging. I'm getting caught up in the chat again. I told my wife I wouldn't take forever tonight. Oh, you know what? Just in case. I haven't done front squats in so long. I'm going to set my safeties up just in case I got to bail it. Oh, yeah, I'm done. Oh. Oh, yeah, it's pulling me forward. I need to lighten the weight and wrap it out. Just a little too heavy. Canelo is an awesome fighter. He's amazing. So I'll back this down to 225 and wrap out a set. I don't quite have the ankle mobility for that much weight, so the issue is you got to get your knees over your toes and keep the torso upright. You don't want to lean forward. And that's just a hair too heavy. It's not that like I could squat 315 all day, but front squats are a little bit harder. It's a little more technical. Looks like you got leaner. I might have lost a few pounds. Pacquiao. So it's funny, the coach that I'm working with now, the trainer, used to be on Pacquiao's team. Eric Morales. Finito Lopez. I'm a huge Canelo fan. I love Canelo. He's just, God, and he hits so hard. He looks so friendly, doesn't he? Looks just like a nice guy. You know, just the friendliest looking dude you've ever seen. And he's a friggin' killer. It's like Mike Tyson looks like a killer. You know, you look at him, you're like, ooh. Andy Ruiz. Yeah. The one who walks. Yo, bro, it's you again. Shoe you looking swole over there, big guy. Thank you. Hell yeah, thank you. Trying, man. Everybody's been, the last few days have been bagging on my legs. I've never had anybody tell me my legs look small. So I'm like, well, I guess I need to do more squats. But I did heavy squats the other day, a couple days ago, so today's accessories. Phew. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. They look fine. Oh yeah, that's one thing. Like I've always had like tiny calves, so I'd wear shorts. You know, like most men do, like to right about here. People say. I had one guy ask me if I worked legs out while I was doing squats. You know what I mean? Like what? So what's the cure? Shorter shorts. I bet you can clean and press 225. Do you prefer to train in strong style or more reps? I like going heavy, but it's not good for you. So I usually live in that 3 to 5 rep range. So that'd be like 75 to 95% of 1 rep max. Goblet squats. Hell yeah, maybe I'll do some goblet squats today. I bet you can clean and press 225. Yeah, I think I could do 225. Like today I was thinking about, I was going to do some snatches, some power snatches. And then as that weight gets up, turn those into cleans. Uncle, do 20 push-ups, please. I don't normally do requests. Do not tempt the Lord your God. Blasphemy. But since you asked so nicely. Thursday is fine for a workout. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just preparing to keep my options open because of work's getting crazy. Whoa, get off my screen. Some bullshit Facebook thing popped up. Here we go. Cycles 5-9 reps ready. Yeah, Bobby's describing my normal program. Holy Broly, Super Saiyan Legends. Yeah, I love this shirt. It's easy for me. Yeah, I could do push-ups all day, but that's, you figure if you're benching 2 times your body weight, push-ups should be easy. And I don't mean that in like a, I can do push-ups all day, what's your problem? I mean like, you gotta meet people where they're at. It's all about progress. Are you doing better than you did yesterday? It doesn't really matter what anyone else is doing. You know what I mean? because as strong as I am, I'm not even the strongest guy in my weight class. I got some competition this year, Bob. It could be you saying I'm looking leaner and more serrated, but I think it's the lighting. It's all a lie. Is 1 meal a day okay to get shredded? Naman Sahu. Well, I do intermittent fasting, okay? So I try to go 18 hours without eating. And then in a 6-hour window, I don't just eat one giant meal. I'll snack that whole window. But yes, essentially you can eat 1 meal a day, and there are guys that do it. Whatever works for you. Now, there's some benefits to that, though. So your body goes into what's called autophagy at about the 14-hour mark. When they start releasing hormones, and the beauty of what's happening is you've now turned your body into basically a demolition machine, and it's scavenging all of those damaged lipids, proteins, cholesterols, and it's turning them into stuff that's either waste out the poop chute or reused in the body for building. It'll notably lower your cholesterol, your blood rate. It'll start healing your organs if you have issues. It's great for people that are suffering from cancer or chronic illnesses. Was doing preacher curls the other day and was going for a PR and messed up. Instead of 35 on 10 on each side, I accidentally put a 35, 10, and a 5. Man, I've misloaded this to myself a couple times. I feel your pain. Hopefully you didn't hurt yourself. Great, now do 10 squats. I just did squats, Ken. It was only 18. I don't know. I wasn't counting. Oh, you added 20 extra to it. Oh. What are my thoughts on the fake natty Josh Tippy? I mean, I like Josh. He's a cool dude. If he's claiming to be natural and he's not, I mean, cool. Let's see. Did intermittent fasting. He's a strong kid. I'll tell you what, for his age, he is strong. Did intermittent fasting, same 16 hours and I force feed 8 hours. Since dropping to 170, I no longer do that. Runt, go into detail. Tell us why. Expound on that, because I know you have some thoughts on diet, and I would consider you someone I would defer to for this kind of information. What's better for bicep, normal or hammer curls? He's a troll. Yeah, oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Are you talking about Josh? So, this is something I bought. It's made by PRX. It's a little bit of a specialty bar. And it allows you to rotate through the entire range of motion. So you can do hammer curls, you can do reverse, you can do normal, or you can rotate all the way through. It also works pretty good for... Now, so if you look at the anatomy of your bicep, what do we got here? We got 2 muscles, connection points, here, here, and here. So in order to, this inside bicep is what controls the articulation. And then of course the outside bicep is what controls this direction. And between the two, you're able to move your wrist while you're moving your arm up and down. So you kind of need to do all of them to hit the entire bicep. That being said, if you put enough load on your bicep in one direction, it's going to force the whole muscle to work regardless. So you could say you could just do regular barbell curls and be fine with it. My solution is screw curls, man. Do some pulling movements, rows, pull downs, pull-ups. Get some weight on there. I don't do curls. I do curls for fun on days where I have nothing better to do. Ooh, you feel the knee pop on that one? Did you guys hear that? No, I'm good for my age. Zotman curls, don't know what that is, TRT. Oh, the super bar, yeah. Handsome press. Well, today's more of a leg accessory day. Maybe I'll do some handsome presses. I'm trying to lose weight. It's a little bit of a pain. I'm eating less calories and working out 3 to 4 times a week. I'm having a hard time. What should I do? I'm 250, 5'9", but not fat. Well, when you say working out 3 days a week, what does that look like? Let's get a picture of that. Drink barley water. Barley's awesome. I just learned about barley, to be honest with you. So my wife's, she's going to UNLV to be a microbiologist. And do you have any tips when it comes to gaining muscle mass? You must do progressive overload, and you got to eat. You need to have more calories than you need consistently, and you got to train overload and progressive overload. What is progressive overload? It means something increases over time, either the amount of weight you're working with or the amount of reps you're doing. Generally both. I suggest a program like Starting Strength 5x5, Wendler 531. I'm a big advocate of barbell lifting. Thoughts on creatine? If you're trying to lose weight, creatine's not your best friend. But creatine, so what does creatine do? It affects the ATP cycle in cells, which is how cells, it's like how they use energy, basically, how they drink gasoline, the engine. And by increasing the ATP cycle, it allows you to push harder and farther, 5 to 10% more, which means you can lift more for longer, which then translates into, more hypertrophy, more muscle gain. And it also has a lot of water retention fluid retention properties in people, so it makes them look bigger. So that's the secondary thing. But essentially, creatine itself is not anabolic. It just allows you to push harder for longer. So, and then conversely, you get more gains out of it. Lost 40 pounds by doing 3 weeks of ketosis. Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about keto. I figured that's your territory. Ron Tyson, he's a good resource when it comes to programming and diet. Ravens, actually, you know what? There's something to that. Sleeping more. Remind you of Rich Piana. Oh, I love Rich. Rich is a good dude. Miss him. I love Rich. I met him a few times. He was a really cool guy. That's terrifying. I hope I don't remind people of Rich Piana. He's huge. I'm 220, man. He's way bigger than me. But if that's the case, I must be doing something right. The one who walks, see you, man. Keep up the grind. I appreciate it. I hope you stick around. You can throw me a subscription. We can. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, Instagram. I have my links to my email. Instagram on my page. If you go about, it's got all that information, and we could talk more in depth about anything you want to talk about. I know you're Irish, but you can easily pass for a German. I think my lineage is Irish, German, and like Scandinavian. All right, let's get this going. Fucking collars, man. Bad. some supersets going. IV ketamine? I'm staying away from that. Max bench. Currently 405-ish. I almost did 405 twice with the football bar the other day. I do pull downs, bench press, I do pull downs, bench press, ab, curls. Been focusing on my abs, lose fat, 100%. 100 push-ups a day after working out a long day. My arms are fine, but my chest or stomach is in progress. Oh, hey, Josh. Yeah, dude, I don't know who that guy was. I just ignored him. Poet, that's a good workout, but what's your goals? Are you trying to just lose subcutaneous fat? Dope as hell, yeah, thank you. Smell my fart, what a name you got. Bye-bye. Josh. Was Kev getting on me for sending money to Blaha? Okay. Well, I don't know why anybody would care. What would you recommend exercise-wise for legs? My upper body's good, but I can't add leg mass. Squats. Barbell squats. Heavy ass barbell squats. Probably start with high bar because that's quad dominant. Low bar is more hips and glutes, but squats as heavy as you can, as frequently as you can, especially if you're starting out. Because if you're starting out, you're going to be starting light. Get that volume in and get that weight up. Your goal should be to squat twice your body weight. You can get to squatting twice your body weight, you're going to have badass legs. I don't care what anybody says. Unless you got genetics that are, okay, not 100% of people are going to have good legs after that. But that's a good start. I don't know too many people that can squat twice their body weight that have bad legs. Crystal beer, I need to gain weight, period. You got to eat more. But you also have to train because that's a good way to get fat, too. Appreciate you for the interaction. I'm trying. I know the chat's moving fast. That's why I'm relying on guys like Josh and Runt and some others. Where did he go? Where's my Marines at? I think they took off. Nodak. Guys like that, I'm counting on them to also help with the conversation. Because those guys also know what they're talking about. And you know what, dude? To be fair, I'm a 50-year-old powerlifter, ranked top of the world. I mean, I've got some good experience, but I would never profess to be an expert. I'll tell you what works for me. I'll give you my experience. But, that's the reason why I don't consider myself a trainer. We're just two fellow lifters. You know what I mean? Just like bros at the gym helping each other out. NATO, do you use creatine? No, I have a bunch in there, but I'm too lazy. I keep forgetting to make shakes. When's your surgery? My consult's on the 20th. 20th, yeah. Do you use creatine? Yes, but not regularly enough. I get all my stuff from bulk supplements. Nutrition, calories versus calories out. Everyone has abs. Strength training. Yeah. Are you a natural? No. Keto's a commitment. The reason why I can't recommend keto personally is because I've never successfully done it. And I'm not going to say it works or doesn't work. I'm just going to tell you I don't have a lot of experience with it. What should I eat to bulk? You gotta kind of, everyone says eat as much protein as you can. You're not getting fat, but you gotta have carbs. Like I'm all for dude, 8 eggs a day with a couple cups of rice. there's your bulk right there. I got chickens in the backyard. I can eat 20 eggs a day if I wanted to. Yeah, creatine. Well, creatine does help with fluid retention, but it doesn't work that great for everybody. I know some guys that take creatine, they don't look really any bigger than they, but a lot of guys get that water retention and they look notably bigger after taking it. 75 pounds in 7 months on Atkins. Yeah, no, so that's Atkins is off. That's one I forgot about. That was popular back in the early 2000s. I remember. So what is Dr. Atkins was basically a low carb diet, right? That's what he was. Low carbs. His shoulders are looking saucy today, boy. It's the lighting, I'm telling you. Hoping to be able to run again after the accident. I look at you pressing cast iron. It gives me strength. Blessed. My wife is recovering from an accident, and it's severely impacting her ability to train. And she gets out there and every morning and does her walk, and she's slowly but surely getting healed. And it's, dude, I've gotten in a couple of injuries where I lost the use of my leg for a period of time. I have a playlist on my channel dedicated to physical therapy and recovery. It's something we take pretty seriously because life happens, and it's all about learning to love the process while you're coming back and being okay with you the way you are. Doesn't mean you want to stay where you're at. You know, like a lot of guys, they lament losing what they had, and it's like it's the wrong attitude to have. You got to look at it like, okay, this is where I'm at right now. What do I need to do to improve? And you're starting from scratch. And if you can adopt that attitude and learn to love that process, you're going to make, not only are you going to make some awesome gains, it's going to change you as a person, and you're going to be able to use that experience to help somebody else who's going through the same thing you are right now. So think of it along those lines, or I would encourage you to. Some advice for height increase. Tie a rope around your wrist and jump off a building. Just make sure you tie it really good. I don't know, get a couple of horses and rope up your limbs. But God, height increase. Get some shoes with some insoles. some inserts. Platform shoes. Get the ones with the goldfish in them. Lord of mercy. What's the biggest organ of the body? I'm gonna have to go with the skin, I would think. Heart attack. All right. No cheese, limit dairy, maybe eggs. Yeah, I eat a lot of eggs. You can't go wrong with eggs. They're almost complete nutrition. Clean and banging. Hell yeah, Benji. That's why I got those bumper plates, because it's too hard to like set it down. The drop is where it's easy to get injured. It's about driving power. It's about how much you can get hit without hitting it. Lou Skunt in the house. Skunt. Mike Mentzer. I love Mike Mentzer. He had a lot of good ideas, but I think he was a little bit incomplete. He was onto some good stuff though. I trained a lot like him for a long time. One set to failure. But unlike Mike, I was mostly a barbell guy. I didn't use a lot of machines. I think the problem with Mike Mentzer is that he had to fit his ideology to adhere to Arthur Jones's innovations, or vice versa. Good Lord, what's the cycle? I got a couple videos about that, which I would encourage you to go check out. I'm not going to talk about it on this because I want this to be monetized. It's about the food, the rest, and the money, and the gains. You got to prove it. You have to gain weight. You have to bet it all on black. You have to gamble. You have to get big. He's really not wrong. You got to commit to it. You know what I mean? Pretty much if there's any lesson to be learned about, like, trying to become elite at anything, is you have to commit to it. You got to commit to all this crap you hate. You got to learn to love the process, and you have to go when you don't want to, and when you can't, you got to find time to. Yeah, Ron, you gotta. Matter of fact, Bobby Forever and I, when we trained together, it was all about perfecting or filling in the gaps of Mike Mentzer's ideology, if you will, and seeing how far we could push. And me being, 44 to 49 years old, I put 300 pounds on my total. And yes, I did go on PEDs at the age of 46. I was natural up to that. But that doesn't account for, even guys that are on steroids. At my age, nobody's putting 300 pounds on their total in that short a period of time. So I like to think it was a combination of that and the work we were doing. It was everything. You couldn't discount anyone. Vlad, look up his past videos. Oh yeah, just go on my page. Literally, my opening video is me squatting 600 pounds for the first time in competition. USPA, Las Vegas. I set that record. But at the time, that put me as the highest squatter in the world for a guy for the 44 to 49 age group, weight class 220. And since then, that got beat. There was a couple guys that got 617 or 620, something like that. Let's look at where those eggs come from. Oh, I will totally show you guys my coop if you subscribe to my channel. I was going to do a video with my kid. I have out in my backyard. It's called Chicken City. I built them this enormous, They have range of the whole backyard, and they got built them this chicken mansion, and we have 20 chickens, 21. They all have names. They bring them in the house. They play dress up with them. It's oh man, it's actually nuts. But right now it's dark out, so I don't know how much you'd be able to see on camera. Do, do, do. Does profit fear use the so where do those eggs come from? My pet's butt. Yeah, dude, I got my rooster is his name's King, and then Della's got one. His name is what is that thing's name? There's Peanut, King. She's got Nero. They got them all named. I'm resting. Why you always work out so late at night? Because I would have to get up at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning to train. I'm up at 3. I'm out the door by 5. I'm on a construction site till, I don't know, 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I go pick my kids up from school. We go to the gym, we box. I gotta lift weights at some point. As a matter of fact, you're right, I need to get on it. I told my wife I'd hurry up. What time is it? 9 o'clock. As a matter of fact, gentlemen, I'm gonna make this my last set, so we're gonna go all out. And Bob, so your question is why am I not getting under the snatch? I'm just doing straight muscle snatches. Like fucking God intended. Phew. Lamar, hooah. Hoorah! My bad, 75. Test. Everything okay? No curls? Hell no. Who needs curls? I will do a set of curls, and then we'll end it. Everything okay? I see Tess, I see Bobby, I see Nodak. Everything okay? You taking off, brother? Why are you breathing heavy? I'm taking it you're just joining us. Steely, I wish you good health for a lifetime. You're a good guy. I'm not sure who you're talking to, but if it's me, I appreciate that. So I got a boner. I saw that. And I saw that. Hey, I get that a lot. I'm just practicing at being a triggered female. I hear it's all the rage. Hey, you know what? We're all a work in progress. Do you follow Every Damn Day Fitness? Yeah, you know what? So, he's a little sanctimonious and judgmental, but, yes, you know, he's not wrong. He's a good resource. How many hours of sleep? God, not enough. Yeah, Every Damn Day Fitness is a good resource. The ones I really enjoy listening to, I like Dr. Mike Israetel. I like Jeff Nippard. I really love Zach Tellender. As a matter of fact, I think my favorite lifter on YouTube is Zach Tellender. And then, of course, you got Eric Bugenhagen. You got Juji. You know, and this is going to sound weird, me saying this, but I hate the way Juji dresses. Getting small, bro. Yeah, no, I'm wasting away. I adore Alan, but do you have thoughts on Amberlyn Reed? No, I don't know enough about her, unfortunately. How often do you work legs? Usually I squat heavy once a week, and then I have a secondary auxiliary day, which is what I'm doing today. But somebody asked me to do a set of curls, so I'm going to do one set of curls, and then I'm going. I firmly believe curls are completely unnecessary. If you're doing pulls, pull-ups, chin-ups, rows, pull-downs, whatever, you don't need to do curls. Now, that being said, there's nothing wrong with curls if you enjoy doing them. You just don't need to. Keeping me on my toes. I do love this bar. This is this bar weighs a little bit more than a regular curl bar. It's like 35 pounds. It's really good for a variety. Let's see if I can turn this into a compound exercise. I'm not sure how good this is. Thank you, XCL. Do you play Warhammer or just paint them? I have, yes, I haven't played a 10th edition one yet though. So I just finished my Salamanders army. So we're gonna play here in Vegas. We're gonna do a tournament. But I mostly enjoy painting them, but I do like to play. We do like a Necromunda, a Kill Team. I love playing Kill Team. Kill Team's awesome. Blamos, you're amazing. Good job, man. I think I appreciate that. ASHE, looking good. Thank you. Not bad for Natty. I think it's obvious, Bob. I figured he was being cheeky. Do you have protein in your house anywhere? I wish I could say I was natural, but here's the deal. Like, I'm also 50, so yeah, what are you gonna do? You're still live streaming? Yes, I know. I need to get off my wife. I told my wife I would be done. So, let's thank you, Jason, David. Let's pick this up tomorrow. I'm gonna do bench press. Tomorrow's a big day. It's like my actual training program is tomorrow. So we'll pick you guys up right around, I want to say right roughly 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, maybe a little later. Imagine what your life would be like if you spent that $50,000 on improving your life instead of destroying your heart and liver. Imagine what your life would be like if you weren't a sanctimonious prick and you asked people questions instead of telling everybody like your shitty opinion on what you think they're doing. All right, on that note, I love you guys, and I will see you on the battlefield.